about if people maybe aren't able to compete in team sport as much, or maybe they're, for example, past the age of playing competitive sport that way? What are some other things that people can do, maybe more individually, to help their level of exercise?
Yes, certainly it won't be for everyone, team sport, and people might also not have the opportunity to do exercise with someone else where you get that social factor. Then I think to nudge the odds in your favour of some new kind of activity or extending activity, one thing that makes a real difference to any habit forming is monitoring. If there's any single behavioural principle for establishing a new habit, I think one of the things is recording what you're doing. This can include even if people are cutting back on addictions. Like if people are cutting back on smoking, for example, can simply record the number of cigarettes they have at that particular day. And when people are motivated to change that, then that will help people reduce. But it doesn't only help for reducing behaviours, it also helps for increasing behaviours. And so with exercise, I would suggest, well, one of the great things is if people have something like a sports watch, or if people have like a heart rate monitor or something like that, that can be really useful. There are ways of recording automatically that make it easier for people to look back over the week and see the number of steps that they've done or the number of exercise routines they've done that week. That's probably the single most helpful thing. Like in the past, it would have been a pedometer, for example, counting the number of steps a day or for an exercise that we've done. Well, these days, if people can get some kind of device like that, I think that's about the most useful way of monitoring and keeping a check on that. But the other thing that people can do is simply have a calendar, a note on it if they've exercised that day and maybe for how long. It could be walk 30 minutes, another day walk 45 minutes. And you can actually see at the end of the week if you've got to that, say, 150 minutes of moderate activity. Monitoring helps keep something going, especially when we've started off with a reason to do it in the first place. We've got what we call internal motivation. We realise there are health benefits, there are mental health benefits. I want to do more of this. If you know your own reasons why you want to do something and you monitor it, that's actually quite a strong combination to make it likely, certainly much more likely, you'll keep a good habit going.